So we're joined post-match by the senior coach, Zane Littlejohn. Thank you very much for your time. We really can't understate the importance of today's win in the context of our season, can we? What was the most pleasing aspect of the performance and the result from your perspective?
I think the way we started and the way we played the game. We set the game up from the start, the first quarter, which ultimately against standalone teams this year we haven't been able to do. So I was really impressed and proud of the group to do it that way. Yeah, we had some patches which weren't great, but again, our ability to respond through the game and get the game back on our terms. And we know now with the 6-6-6 rule and all that with the game that there's got to be momentum swings and how you can wrestle that momentum back. And I was really pleased, one, with the start of the game today, but then when they found a bit of momentum, our ability to wrestle it back and get the game back on our terms.
And I suppose looking beyond that, sort of getting a bit more granular again, what do you think was the difference on the day? What do you think won us the game ultimately?
Oh, our midfield was pretty dominant, especially in the first half. We got some real good use and dominance. I think we were plus 14 at clearance in the first half. Now, full credit to Williamstown. At half time, they obviously got a bit of a rev and came out and got some more dominance around the ball in the third quarter. But again, what I was really pleased about is how we responded at 3-quarter time, and then to get the dominance back again in the last quarter was really pleasing. So I thought our midfield was really dominant, starting from our rucks obviously in Max Ranson and Clay Tucker. Had a big job against Downey, who's arguably the best ruck in the comp, we feel, and he's been a great player for their footy club and a great footballer for a long time. So I was really pleased with how our two big men handled that, and then our ability for our guys around at ground level to do their job.
You mentioned or referred to momentum earlier. Matches like seasons are all about ebb and flow. They're all about give and take and momentum, when you have it, when you don't. You mentioned being challenged in the third quarter. Something you spoke about post-match was actually the breeze, which was interesting in that it was stronger than maybe people realise on TV or maybe even being at the ground. How big of a factor was that, A, in your coaching, and B, the boys' response? Yeah,
well, I spent the third quarter in the box, and I actually came down, obviously, to speak to the boys at 3-quarter time, and it actually hit me in the face. So that's actually stronger than I thought. And I spoke to our two leaders in Stu Horner and Cow Porter, and they said, yeah, it is actually a bit stronger now. That didn't I guess, change with what we should have been doing around during the game, but it actually gave me a lot of confidence. We didn't speak about the scoreboard at all today. We just wanted to make sure that we played the right way. And we felt if we played the right way and the scoreboard didn't go our way, well, we tip our hat and go, well done, Williamstown. But we are a firm believer if we play our way, the way the Brown and Gold know we want to play, the scoreboard majority of the time is going to fall our way. And I thought in the last quarter we were able to get the game back on our terms, as I mentioned. And ultimately then what happens, the scoreboard falls our way and we get the result.
You've already given a bit of a shout out to Rama and Tuck, which is great. I'm always loath to ask this question, I say it every week, but a lot of great contributors on the day. Is there anyone else you'd like to make mention of?
Well, Harry Morrison's pretty dominant, wasn't he? He's had 30 odd, kick 3. And then for Cam Mackenzie, ultimately to come back and play his first game at Fairfield this year, and you often wonder how those players are going to respond. Fairfield footy, although it is a tier below AFL, is quite different, the style of game. And as much as we want to try and keep playing the same way, his first quarter was, I think he finished with 13 at quarter time, finished with 8 or 9 clearances across the day. Was really prominent for him to come back and just spend time around the footy and go to centre bounce, spend more time around clearance was really impressive, and he showed why he was a high draft pick. And the challenge now is for him to be able to replicate that and continue to do that at a high level.
Well said, Zane. Congratulations on a very good win. We'll go again next week.
Thanks, mate.